Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And yes, it is the three amigos. It must be Thursday. It is time for my ab workout. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great, Mike.
Yes, you too have abs. They're just under a pile of insulation. It's okay. And Dion?
There's a reason why I'll never ever go scuba diving with Dion. It's a harpoon. Yeah. It'll never happen.
And Dion, how are you?
Howdy, I'm doing great. Ready for round one. I'm actually interested to see Matt's take on this.
Yeah, so folks, sometimes, actually quite frequently now, we send each other videos from other content creators, and every once in a while, one lights Matt on fire. And we are lucky enough to have the fuse lit. I think Dion and I are just going to sit back and listen for a little while. Matt, tell us about what channel, what video, and then the floor is yours. Let's go nuts. What do you got?
Oh, sweet Lord. You guys do this on purpose.
Yes, we do.
It's not nice, but it's fun, I guess. And so the video that Dion sent was Graham Stephan's video on why he's selling some of his real estate or half of his real estate. And so me personally, I'm not a lover of Graham. I not a huge fan.
Just never clicked.
It wasn't a click thing for me. Like, we'll see your different financial decisions, how they go when you don't have a channel that's making you $1 million a year or a few $1,000,000 a year. Like, I think it's a little bit different. So, and with my channel doing what it does, I have to make sound business decisions because that thing's not supporting my dog. So, I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, and I'm just like, literally I'm seeing in my head in the future, 2 years from now, when he comes on, he goes, "Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Graham. So remember that video that I did 2 years ago when I said I was going completely hands off? I'm only doing anything passive and I'm only investing in other people's stuff. Well, I've got bad news. Now I'm bankrupt." That's literally how that conversation is going to go, because there is no one ever that gets diversified to the length that he's diversifying as quickly as he is diversifying. And it makes me really, really question his financial comprehension. I don't think he has it, because getting into some of the affiliate deals, or not affiliate deals, but some of the syndication deals that he's going to get into, he doesn't understand math. And selling out some of the other properties, like, one of the things that really bothers me is that in the real world, for a real landlord that depends on those properties for income, you cannot go 10 years without a rent raise. That makes you a financial idiot. It's what it makes you. And so at the end of the day, he literally said in the video, well, after you figure for taxes and after you figure for expenses, I'm not really making that much money on this property. You're not making that much money on this property because the rent is from 10 years ago, dummy. That's how it goes. You have to raise your rents. And the reason that those people have stayed is not because they like you. The reason they don't bother you isn't because they care about your schedule. You're paying no rent. They're paying almost nothing. 10 years ago rent, 10 years ago. Come on. Like, so at the end of the day, I'm sure he's a really nice guy. I get that he's a big fan of coffee and that he thinks that we're going to take over the world by just cutting out Starbucks. But at the end of the day, he couldn't be more wrong. Because in the real world, landlords have to raise rent with their costs. In the real world, we don't get to just sit back on the sidelines and just go like this, unless we have a YouTube channel that pays $1 million a month. So that's all I had to say about that. So I'm not hoping that Graham goes bankrupt, but I'm expecting that he's going to be doing a video soon enough with another one of these, or another one of these, or another one of these. He's going to be doing a video, and that's going to be the thumbnail. And that's going to be the story. I trusted them in that syndication, and they said it was a good deal. Because it, like, the whole Bernie Madoff relationship thing, it was like friends getting into the club, and then they're showing all the paper returns. Like, I'm not saying that the things he's getting into are that, but I am saying that it's that network. And then you wonder why all the people in the network went belly up or got crushed or got 9 cents on the dollar. I digress.
Yeah, so I watched the video because I knew we were going to talk about it. There's a couple of things that I took from the video. First, again, he is by all means able to make decisions that 99.9999% of us can't make.
Yep.
He has a relatively dependable income that has offshoot other very dependable incomes, right? Because again, the guy makes $1 million or more on YouTube, but his affiliate programs and all this other nonsense that I'm sure he's bolted on is another $1 million.
Sure.
So again, that's what, call it 200 grand a month.
Probably.
And his lifestyle, it's higher than it used to be, but it's not, dude. I'd be shocked if he spends 20 grand a month. I think he does live.
He makes his own espresso with a $10,000 espresso machine. All right.
All right. So maybe, well, he didn't always do that, but again,
but he is that now. So it's like my $4 espressos. It's a $10,000 machine. You get a lot of $4 espressos out of that.
So, but again, his lifestyle is not 200 grand a month. I think that's fair to say, right? Yeah. So, again, because he's 200 grand a month, he can make financial decisions that are
stupid,
not completely thought out, because it won't hurt, right? If you lose 200 grand. So he is choosing, one of the guys that he listed, and I think Dion brought this up, had a TikTok video or YouTube short that basically said, I only work with millionaires because if I lose their 50 grand, it doesn't hurt. Well, okay. I would never invest with that individual because I want you not to sleep at night if you lose my 50 grand. That cavalier attitude.
That was a certain Bigger Pockets alum that you don't like.
Yeah, that I have history with, which I really don't.
I can promise you this. If I'm dumb enough to put my 50 with somebody else, I promise you, if that goes bye-bye, it's going to be more than sleep. They're going to get letters. They're going to get nasty grams. They're going to make sure to get acquainted with my legal team. Like, that's just ridiculous. The fact that you're out there advertising, I'm talking to you. No, not the poor people, but the rich people. I'm talking to you because I don't mind if I lose your money. That syndication should literally start off by being investigated by the SEC, like right away.
Yeah. So the other thing, again, when you make 200 grand a month, you're allowed to make bad financial decisions. They don't have to be well thought out. Cause again, you just get another 200 grand next month and another and he's been getting this 200 grand for years. So he depends on it. The thing that really bothered me about all that stuff you brought up, Matt, bothered me. But do you know what really bothered me? What really just irked me is I'm afraid that the 99% that watch that are going to hear his I'm selling and never get started. That's like a kick in the nuts to the one rental at a time channel.
Yep.
I believe simply getting to 4 rental properties changes your life.
It does, sure.
And now we have somebody with almost 4 million subs telling you that he's selling. And while he never says it, I believe they will hear, don't get started. And that hurts. That hurt me. How about you, Dan? What did you take from?
Well, here's why I agree with you, Mike, and disagree with Matt. What are the odds?
Go figure.
I love Graham Stephan because when he started, he was a real estate agent who had inconsistent income. He'd have nothing for 6 months, make 60 grand, nothing for whatever. And so he wanted rentals to give him some passive cash flow to just create passive income so that he could do whatever he wanted, whether it was real estate or then eventually YouTube. So his passive income, his financial freedom from real estate gave him the options to grow as an agent or in YouTube as a content creator. I identified with that. I wanted a pension, tried the Marines, tried law enforcement, didn't work. But I thought some passive income from real estate would give me the financial stability to try anything. So I really identified with his first 2 years of content. Then I'm with you, Mike, the 99.999% of the people who watched this content and said, oh, I get that. I want that consistency to give me all these life options too. Really we're followers, Graham Stephan followers, right? Mm-hmm. And then he says, I'm selling. Oh. So I'm not going to turn around and sell properties, but I'm with you. The person who doesn't have any yet is like, ooh, I don't think I should buy a property because he's selling his. Why would I buy one if he's offloading? That's the guy I look up to.
Yeah, I'm going to go buy a chicken franchise. That's what people took from that episode. And again, dude, he is a marketing genius. He is going to raise money He already said the names. He's going to raise money for Ryan Pineda. He's going to raise money for Brandon Turner. He's not an operational guy. He's going to use his name and reputation to get other people to invest in these funds. And then he's buying a chicken franchise. And trust me, he's going to get paid affiliate fees for other people buying chicken franchises. Dude, that's 99% of the people are going to watch that video, potentially give up on real estate, and it's going to crush my soul. 4 rentals change your life. And I'm left aching because of that video today.
I like chicken too, but I'm not trying to buy Purdue. Like, the guy's a dipstick. Like, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, 3.9 million out of 3.92 million of his followers aren't going to do anything anyway. They're not going to get into real estate. They're watching him for the kitschy this and kitschy that and whatever this and whatever that.
I really hope I hope you're wrong.
I don't think I am. I don't look at the
You're very
correlation.
rarely wrong. I get it. But
Listen,
I'm going to hope there's 500,000. I just want to say this.
no,
I'm going to hope there's 500,000, which is roughly only 15%,
no.
that look at Graham's stuff and are at least trying. I'm hoping. I hope that, because Graham Stephan is the number 2 channel on when I look at everybody watching my stuff, he's number 2. So I'm hoping there's 15% trying.
They're watching you for what to do. They're watching him for what somebody else is doing. And then they're sitting there going, yeah, no, that doesn't make any, no.
Here's where it might make sense. If you're the person watching Michael Zuber's One Rental at a Time, and you're the person watching Graham Stephan, and you have a YouTube channel that generates $1 million a month, maybe sell a couple of rentals.
There you go. Yeah. If that's you, by all means, sell. I like it. Well, let's wrap this up. Matt, do you have any more fire you want to put in here? Because I know this was you on tilt.
Like, honestly, Graham, like, whatever, like, just whatever, you know. I mean, let's take it with the grain of salt that it should be taken with. If you have a business that is making millions of dollars a year, if you have a business that's making millions of dollars a year, then by all means, sell out of your real estate, knock yourself out, because the only downside is he's probably going to need that income for the team of lawyers that he's going to need for shilling any of those products if they go sideways. Like, that's pretty dangerous. That's pretty dangerous. So at the end of the day, yeah, by all means. But you know what? There is going to be a comeuppance in the YouTube universe. There is. These people that are putting out this stuff, that are leading and guiding young, unsophisticated investors, and certainly not accredited investors. There's going to be people that are making really bad life decisions based on what some guy that makes a few million bucks a year by going, hey, what's up, everybody? Like, enough of that. Like, it is what it is. But if you want to watch that, watch it to your peril. And at the end of the day, what is he doing that people are getting in the game and taking action? What are they doing taking action? What are they doing? Is it just cutting out their Starbucks? So yeah, at the end of the day, I just don't have much use for that. You know, I rather watch Gary Vee and hustle porn. You know, like, at least he's out there, like, just smacking your mouth with truth, and just like, whatever it is,
and he's
you better go
consistent.
after it 180 miles an hour, period,
Yeah.
end of story.
Yeah. I appreciate Gary Vee for his consistency. It takes balls to say the same thing for 10 years, because that's not easy to do.
Yeah. I'm not thrilled with his NFT project, but let's,
Yeah. You took a shot.
whatever. But again, that you can have that as a belief system that might be a great investment, and you might be wrong. And
Yeah,
you
you
also might be right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But
At the end of the day, to be sitting there, all you ever need to know as a landlord is you don't raise rent for 10 years and let me know how your business is performing.
yeah, not good. Do me a favor, Matt. Where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and on Instagram, and then also on my live stream. If you want, feel free to bring the hate on Sunday morning. I'm ready.
Folks, again, if you're not following Lumberjack Landlord, you're missing out, because he brings the fire. He has the passion. I don't do that very often, but he does. So go follow him. And Dion, how about you? Where did I find you?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom. I do my live streams Tuesday afternoons, 4 p.m. Pacific. And for the Graham Stephan fans like me, continue to watch him. It's great stuff. But just like, don't compare my year 10 to your year 1. That since I retired 2 weeks ago, the things I do in the next year should not be the things that you do, because the things I'm doing are not going to get you to financial freedom. They're the things you do once you get there.
The things that you're doing in the next year would put anybody out of business.
And folks, if you're not following Dion from Dion Talk, you're missing out. He put out a video the other day that said retirement accounts suck. So go watch that. Thanks, buddy.
Ciao.